Paws and claws here. So I'm going to break from my paws segment of my channel and finally get into the claws section. Now the claws section could be anything from a cat, because they have claws, and a lot of animals that I have. But for right now, this is going to be the claws section of my parrot. Actually, he's an Amazon. Totally gorgeous, as you can see. Very healthy. I've had him for 10 years. Over 10 years. I'm sorry to say I bought him at a franchise pet shop store, which they no longer are allowed to buy or to sell parrots in the state of Illinois. This franchise. And I can understand why, because so many people buy a parrot and they're not like any other pet that you can own. They require a lot of attention. Look at this, he's just so beautiful and amazing. You see how his feathers look? Ruffled, beautiful, even. Very feathered, like an animal bird should look like. And so his name is Chico. He's very healthy. Very talkative. He's not the friendliest bird in the world as far as a parrot. And ever since I bought him, he's never been that friendly. I don't really know how old he was when I got him. I was told he was a baby. But from the time that I got him, 10 years ago till today, he hasn't really gotten that much bigger. So my guess was that he was probably fairly mature, and he probably, since he was a baby, wasn't very... That's just a beautiful pose, I'm sorry. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that pose. I'm just finding out, guys and gals, that he is not camera shy. He commands attention. I have never done a video of Chico before, and I am so delighted that he is just playing to the camera. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous bird. I believe that he's being attentive because he hears my voice. He knows my voice, of course. And like I was trying to say, if you look at his feathers, particularly in the back of his neck, how even they are, how ruffled they get. When you see a parrot where his feathers have wilted, and you can just totally see that the parrot is in a bad place, and he just is not squawking, his feathers look like they've been watered down, that bird or that parrot is sick. And it's going to take a lot to bring him back to his healthy state, because parrots have such an immune system that they will fight and fight and fight any infections that they get as long as they can, and literally overnight they will let you know when they're dying. And by that time it's a little bit too late. That's why do not buy a parrot, because you want to have a parrot because you woke up one day and you said, I want a parrot. No, do some research. They require a lot of love. This is his cage, and what I was going to show you is that I have to clean his cage. His cage is dirty. It's a mess, as you can see. You can clean it ideally about once a day or once every other day. Boy, you're just playing to the camera, aren't you, Chico? Hey, Chico, say something. Say hi. Say hi. Hello. Say hello. Say hi. Say hi. I love you. I love you. Say that. Can you say that? Okay. Maybe some other time. See how he just ruffles his feathers? That is a sign of a healthy bird. I mean, you can clearly see he's healthy. Food. I don't know about you guys, but if you go to these franchises, back in the day, 10 years ago, we're just talking 10 years ago, they had a better variety of parrot food. Now they're really getting cheap enough. They're skimping on the protein. They're skimping on the ideal mixture of food for a parrot. Because the food that I'm buying now has mostly that colored nuts, kernels, whatever you want to call them. And it's just they've really been skimping on the protein, I believe. They've been skimping on what the parrot food used to look like just 10 years ago. I don't know why. So don't buy the parrot food because it's cheaper. Parrot food, if anybody owns a parrot, is expensive. The quality parrot food is expensive. Do yourself a favor if you love these animals as much as I do. Spend the money and get the most expensive parrot food. A better quality, a better name brand. Bags of parrot food can have too much peanuts or not enough peanuts. It has to be the right amount of peanuts. Do not, even though Chico, right? Chico, you love peanuts, don't you? You're a big peanut guy. Oh yeah. You're going to be hitting those walnuts pretty soon, right? He is a big peanut lover. But you cannot give a parrot too many peanuts because the peanuts, those little kernels, or something about the peanut butter, something about the peanuts can lodge in their throats. And they can have a problem. And they will die. And by the time he's sick, it's too late. Can't give him too many peanuts, no matter how much they beg you for it, no matter how much they tell you, no matter how much you know they love it. Once in a while, it's good to give them peanuts, but not a lot. So a good mixture of, I can't give out any franchise brand names, but I guess if you just go to probably a parrot shop or a bird shop that specializes in the food for these parrots is the best place to go. And don't buy that cheap stuff. Your parrot will not like it. He knows better. He'll give you a dirty look. Right? Boy, you're just not camera shy, are you? You're just shocking me, aren't you? Hello. How are you? He does not have his feathers clipped, so he can't fly. And one of the reasons is because this particular parrot is very hard for me to hold. If you try to hold him, it's not like he hates you, but say, try. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, look. He is hard, and I just don't want to get him excited. But if you want to, you can read up on it. You can find out anything on Google and find out how to clip his feathers or take him to a specialist. But I just don't want to put him through all that aggravation and all that trauma. Because these birds, when they get excited, they will flap their wings, they will bounce around. If you're not careful, though, I'm just afraid Chico's going to fly into a wall. And I don't want that. So I just live with him. He's not often out of the cage. So I just live with him inside the cage. It's very rare I let him outside the cage. Unless I'm with him. Unless he has supervision. So his feathers aren't clipped. His nails, as you can see, if you know anything about parrots, they're quite long. And they've been long like that for 10 years. I've never clipped his nails. And so there's some studies out there that say if you don't clip their nails, it can go and they can curl up and into their claws. Well, that has not happened to Chico yet. And one of the reasons is because I let him play. I let him play outside the cage, let him walk around. Let him have some fun. And you just gotta love these birds in general. I just happen to love parrots. But they're just the closest things to having a dinosaur in your home. Because these are the closest things to what Jurassic Park used to have in the world. And you have one in your own home. And they're very sweet animals. They're very loyal. Some parrots are loyal to one person. Some parrots are loyal to a male. Some parrots are loyal to a female. Some parrots are loyal to themselves. That's all right. I love looking at them. They're just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. So I'm cleaning this cage out. Clean this cage out. This cage has been the same cage for 10 years. Guys, if you get a parrot, you bring them home, don't stick them in a cage that's been in the garage for years and years and years. Don't go buy second-hand cages, because it could have germs, it could be infectious, and these birds can easily pick up an infection, very easily. You must keep their cages clean, often. And if this parrot, Chico, has had the same cage, like I said, for 10 years, and I've kept it very clean, and it's his cage, so I guess any germs or infections that maybe I wasn't able to get out he's gotten used to them, or his body knows what they are and they're not fighting it. But in any event, he's been around over 10 years. He's very healthy. I keep his cage clean as often as I can. Parrots eat like birds. They will make a mess on the floor. This isn't bad. This is pretty good. Because when you put food in their bowl, well, for one thing, Chico, when I put food in his bowl, the first thing he pulls out is the peanuts. That's what he wants. So as he's pulling out the peanuts, he makes a mess on the floor with the other food that's in the bowl. But the peanuts is something that's mixed in with good, pre-prepared parrot food. Over here, I do have a bag of peanuts, just so you can see. No, the cupboard is bare. No, that's not it. Yeah, here they are. He's got enough peanuts in this little bag here to last him probably the rest of his life, because he only gets very few, and he absolutely loves them. Here, Chico. Don't go like this. Don't go like that. Feed a parrot. Go like that. Here you go, Chico. Here you go, sweetheart. Come on. Well, I guess what I'm going to do is put his tray in. This is his tray. Watch out, Chico. Watch out, honey. It's not that he's skittish or he's afraid. It's just he's a parrot. He's a bird. He exercises a lot of caution. So right now he's just trying to find the entrance to his cage. Look, Chico. Look. Here, come on. Here you go, come on. Look what I got for you. Look, it's Mr. Peanut. Look, look. So he's playing hard to get. Come on, sweetheart. Come on, Chico. Come on. He knows that's the entrance, or close to his entrance, to his condo. That's his penthouse. So if I open the door, he'll just walk his way in there. Come on. Come on, Chico. Yeah, you can do it. Come on. There you go. Come on. Climb up. You can climb up. Come on. So while he's being difficult, here's his water bowl. And so you're thinking, oh, what's so great about cleaning a parrot's water bowl? I just cleaned this water bowl 2 hours ago. And that's how quickly it gets dirty. So what you want to do is just dump it. Guys, if you see that ring, around that bowl? You don't want to have that ring. Empty it and clean it out really good. Yeah, one of the things about having a parrot is you probably have to clean this about 2 or 3 times a day. But it is absolutely crucial that they have clean water. They have to have clean, and guess what? He worked his way back in his condo. They must have clean water. Constantly. I like getting the glass bowls, of course, for obvious reasons. You don't want to give them plastic. Plastic is porous. Plastic will absorb infections and diseases. And your parrot will pick up an infection and a disease very quickly. The outside of this cage is dirty, but it's been cleaned. And it has to get cleaned again. But that's the outside of the cage. This is his food. And as you can see, there were some peanuts in there, but for some reason, he just only eats the peanuts. Whatever. I fed him this bird food last night. So right now we're talking about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not gonna save it for him. Sorry. Well, they eat like birds, so you have to feed them like birds. Give them fresh food. If this is too much work, don't buy a parrot. Stick to your dog. Stick to your cat. I'm not saying those are easier to take care of, because I know I have those too, as you know as well as I do. But a parrot, cleanliness is everything. Actually, cleanliness isn't everything. It's the only thing. A sick parrot, once it's sick, it's a little too late. Try it out. Well, I told you he went back into his condo. I guess one of the nicest things I like about having a parrot is that if you wake up on a beautiful day, a rainy day, whatever day it is outside, and particularly on a weekend where you're not working, and you hear the beautiful squawks and whistles and chirps of a parrot, it's letting you know. It's a prelude to what could become a beautiful day. You hear the birds singing. It's one of the reasons why I like to have a parrot. He reminds me that, hey, come on, chill. It's not that bad. I'm stuck in this cage all day. And I'm still singing. And I'm still chirping. So if I can do that, you can do that. So I'm just gonna... This is their... I keep it in a container, closed. This is a closed container where I keep their food. And as you can see, very little peanuts. Very little. Not many. Some, if you're going to buy a parrot, dude, I can't stress that enough. Do not overfeed them with peanuts. They will get sick, it will get lodged in their throat, and they will die very quickly. You will probably wind up spending $1,000 to $1,500 from what I've heard trying to recover your parrot, and it's going to be in vain. So right away he grabbed the peanut. Let me show you that. They absolutely love peanuts. That's the first thing he eats. It is so adorable to see him happy. And when I come home, he'll squawk and he'll let me know. I don't know why he does that. He dips his peanuts in water. He likes his peanuts dipped in water. Okay, go figure. But that's what he does. And you can see how quickly that water gets very dirty. And I think he's going to go back for seconds over there because he just loves it. Hi, Chico. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Huh? Hi. Say hi. I think he's a male. That's why I do that, because I think he's a male. So he might be a wolf. Hi. You just love those peanuts, don't you? Give me the wolf whistle. You see that, guys? You see how quickly that water can get dirty? And you can't let that water stay dirty. It'll get infectious. Also, now the climate. I keep them in the basement. No, it is not mildewy. It does not flood. You can't have it too hot or with a lot of mildew or on the walls. It's a very clean basement. Well, I'm a clean person. And it's very dry down. Not dry, but it's just perfect. This is the best room for him. Don't stick your parrot in a place where it's going to be too hot, too cold. These birds come from tropical weather, yes, but they don't like to be extremely hot. Don't put them underneath the sun. They will die. 80, 85 is beautiful. Another thing about being in the basement is that he has the benefit of controlled heating because the heat will come down here. I can keep it steady at a 70, 72 when it's like 30 degrees in Chicago easily. And I can keep it at 72 in the summer, which yesterday was about 100. Or almost peaked 100 yesterday. So this is the best room for him. And he might have some company very soon. I don't know from where, but if he does have company, you can't put another parrot with another parrot. They won't get along unless it's probably the same breed. If you get another parrot, don't stick this parrot with another parrot that doesn't look like him, or even if it does, don't do it. If you, I wouldn't even know or even tell you how to make a breeding video. That's not what I bought him for. But I want to get another one. I want him to have some company so I can put the cages side by side. They can squawk to each other when I'm working late once in a while. I come home pretty early. I spend time with him. But I would like him to go through from one cage to the other cage and say hi to another parrot. But if I get another parrot, and I'm going to get one. I'm not sure from where right now, but I'm going to get another one. I'm really looking into a macaw. I'm going to put him next to him. But never put another parrot with another parrot. They will fight, and the fight can be very vicious. It'll be very vicious. I'm from Chicago, and if you go to Brookfield Zoo, they have a cockatoo, a beautiful cockatoo. It's pink. Go see it. It's in Brookfield Zoo. And I've seen that cockatoo, that pink cockatoo, since I was a little boy. I was there a few years ago, and it's still there. It's still there. Well, the story goes that that cockatoo, that pink cockatoo, got out of its cage in Brookfield Zoo, found another parrot, got into a fight. The fight was so vicious that that pink cockatoo lost its leg. So do not want to put parrots together. I wouldn't do it even if I was trying to breed them. For some reason, even if this parrot knows it, let's say this is not a red lord, but if you put a red lord next to this parrot in the same cage, they will fight. For some reason, they know that they're not the same identical breed of Amazon. I call them Zons. And they will fight. And it will be vicious. And it'll be almost impossible to separate them. So, very shortly, very soon, he's going to have some company. I'm assuming he's a he. I haven't done any DNA tests to determine if it's a boy, it's a girl. He's kind of, hard. He does some masculine things about him that it's leading me to believe that it's probably a male, but I don't care, male or female. It doesn't matter to me. I love him. And do you love me? Do you? I love you. Hi. Think twice, think really hard before buying an Amazon. It is not a pet's beginner animal to buy. Do some research, do some studying, They're very sensitive, beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. And they deserve a lot of love. He's coming out again. Hi, sweetheart. I was just about to end this video. Okay, all right. Good for you. Yeah. This is not the first animal you want to buy without doing some serious research. But if you can learn to take care of them, love them, I'm not giving myself all the credit. I have a wife that does a wonderful job at taking care of him as well. In fact, all the words he knows has been through my wife. There's some other nasty words that I hope you don't say. Shh, quiet, don't say those words. Okay? Shh. That he's learned, and you can appreciate that once you learn how to care for these animals, they're just wonderful to watch. Right? Yeah, you like that little guy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. One thing I wanted to tell you too real quickly before I cut out. Nowhere on this bird do you see any feathers plucked, because he's a happy bird. Sometimes if a bird gets too attached to its owner and something happens to that owner, whether he passes out, passes away, or just can't keep the bird and is given to another owner, these parrots will pluck their feathers. They will have bald spots. As you can see, he is doing very well for over 10 years old. Because he's happy. I guess he likes me, right? You like me, little guy? Kind of like me a little bit? Just a little? Just a little bit? You like me? Yeah? Well, I love you. Yes, I do. He's going to his penthouse now. Oh, because he found the other peanut. Way to go. Paws and claws out.